There they go. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, aka Living with 3M Auto Vlogging. And y'all know what time it is. It's time to do some modding on the Mustang. And I sit down and I look through YouTube and I'm like just scrolling. And almost every Mustang owner changes emblems or the color of their emblems at one time or another. And we're no different. So there's no time like the present. Let's get into this mod and I'll show you how to change these emblems out. Take you guys over here and show you what we're going to. Yes. Now you can go with whatever color you want. You can go with a matte finish. Mine are gloss black with clear coat. I don't know if you can really see it. There you go. Yeah, gloss. Yeah. So I'm going to show you how to remove the old badges and install these. Also, guys, let me show you a few tools that you're going to need. You can use a heat gun, these little spatulas to get in behind the 5.0 emblems, glue gun, the wife's hair dryer, and some fishing line. Now, wait a minute, I don't ever remember telling you to get the wife's hair dryer. Don't get me involved in this, Now, I remember distinctively telling you guys to use the yellow heat gun, not the... How did that thing get out here? I'll go ahead and heat it up a little bit. You want to keep it moving. Kind of hold your hand there to see how warm it is. One thing with a heat gun versus a hair dryer, you can actually do damage to your paint. Get it too hot, it really messed something up. Now let's take that fishing line and saw back and forth like this. Remember, you've got two small pegs under there, so when you hit that, you got to work around them. Now we'll use these plastic pieces to help us pull that adhesive loose. Once it's hot, you just work it back and forth like this and it'll come loose. Now I'm going to tell you, a lot of guys make big time mistakes here. They will start spraying the glue gun on this thick adhesive and make a complete mess that's twice as hard to remove. This is where you're going to have elbow grease. You can use this little tool as long as it's plastic and just continue to roll the edges. I usually take my thumb and thumbnail and slowly work at that thick leftover adhesive. So now we're going to take an old shop towel. We're going to spray some of this on here and we're just going to work at it. This right here, the Meguiar's cleaner wax, this also emulsifies just like the glue gun. Both the Meguiar's and the glue gun work really well. I recommend either one of these products for emulsifying and removing adhesive. Make sure there's no wax from this left over or residue from the glue gun. That will loosen your new adhesive. So that's why I would recommend to wash this with Dawn dishwashing liquid or a little shot of Windex. So instead of the Windex, I've got the Chemical Guys streak-free window and glass cleaner. That'll do good too. So just give it a little shot right there and we're gonna clean this area. That'll make sure that it's ready to adhere to the paint. Now we let that dry about 3 to 5 minutes. Pull our red backing off of our 5.0 emblems. Careful not to touch the adhesive. Want to just make sure that your holes are lined up. Just like that. Yeah. Oh man, that looks good. Now I'm gonna take my towel and I'm gonna push around on it, hold pressure, going around to different areas of the adhesive, making sure that it's evenly distributed. I actually had a guy message me and say, hey, you know you can use dental floss to do that, right? And I'm like, well, unless you use 20-pound test line to floss with, then it ain't happening. See, watch it just peel right off. Pull the red backing off. Carefully line up the tabs. For a perfect fit. So moving along to the front of the vehicle, I'm going to show you how to remove this factory chrome pony and install the black pony. I'm going to use just a small flathead screwdriver to remove these push pins that hold the radiator cover over it. There's 8 of them. You can use a plastic push pin removal tool or a traveler's hook. That'll do just fine, but the flathead screwdriver works good enough for me. Next, I'm going to use a 10mm ratcheting wrench, and you can use a deep well on these 10mm hood latch bolts. We've got to move this out of the way so we can get our hand down in there to the back side of the emblem. Now you'll notice while you're removing this, right here there's an electrical connector. You're just going to push in on the back side and detach that harness. So we're going to need to get this hood latch out of the way. So I've got a small bungee and just pull it over and connect it to the hood prop. So the factory pony does not have any sticky material behind it. It's got these little pegs that go through with these little lock discs on the back. So what we're going to do is just stick our hand down in here and break the pegs off, the little plastic pegs that come through. Here, just break them, and anything that falls you can get out with a magnet if you need to. Going to retrieve those little discs right there with a extended wand magnet just to get down to the bottom. Imagine if this horse was mounted. This is exactly what you'd see from the back side. See how the washer or the small hat fits on the peg? Now you want to take the emblem, line up the pegs to the holes on the grill, push it in and hold it with one hand and with the other hand you're going to reach in behind and put the little hats on the pegs. I've got a small extension and a 3/16 socket, and that will allow me to put some pressure on that hat and push it up on the peg. You can try to do it with your fingers, but it's pretty tough. Once you've mounted all 4 of those hats on the back side of the emblem, you're good to go. Let's get our 10mm bolts back on our hood latch. Also, don't forget to plug in that electrical connector. Now we're going to simply reinstall the radiator cover and the 8 push pins. Everything's coming together nicely. Now let's move to the rear and get this project finished up. With this one, you can't just scrape this off. There's no adhesive under this GT emblem. So we've got to take this whole deck panel off, and then there'll be 3 or 4 melted pegs on the back that sort of like a plastic welder. It's melted, so we'll chisel that loose. This will pop off. We'll put the new one in and go from there. So when you lift the trunk lid, you're not going to mess with this like we did with the spoiler install. Right here and right there are what you're going to access. So we've got to take a little door pin puller. You can probably do it with your hand. It's like a rubbery hard plastic, but you've got 2 7mm bolts on each side. So I want to remove that. So once those 7mm bolts are out, you're gonna have to pry from the top down to release 6 anchor points, and they just pop out. It's going to be scary. You're dealing with plastic, so just take your time and be careful and pry downward from the top. Now once the clips are free, you'll notice the backup camera electrical connector right here. You're going to push in on the side and release that connector. Now I've got the panel over here on a towel because we're going to flip it over. And remember what I said, there's no adhesive on this. So I know with some companies you'll get these in the mail and they'll have adhesive. This just has foam. This is a Ford part, so it just has foam. It's held on by the plastic pedestals here, and you can see the factory one has either like a hot glue or a plastic weld on the 4 points right here. So we're going to take something and chisel away at this, and it will let go. So I just grabbed my trusty Dremel tool. Just put it on low and don't go too deep with it. Just scratch the top of the head and you'll notice the emblem will let loose. See, I just took the screwdriver, pushed down in lightly. Hear it pop right there. Popped, popped. So you just got to skim the top of that. You could do it with a pick or something like that, but the little Dremel, look, came right off. Now I've taken a rag and wiped that off. Just make sure your holes line up just like that. So there's, like I said, there's no adhesive behind this. So don't think you can gain any ground by using the fishing line. So now we'll flip it over carefully. You'll see our pegs come through right there. Show you right now exactly how to do this. You can use a flame, but I would rather use the heat gun. And we're gonna heat that plastic pedestal up just like this. You're gonna take your other hand on the other side and put pressure on the emblem. And you're gonna take a screwdriver and just mash that hot plastic and it'll melt just like that. Now let's mount the deck panel back on. Got the camera in. I'll take and push up just like that. They all went in at the same time. Now take your 7mm bolts, put them back in. Be careful how you torque these down. You don't want to over tighten because this is just plastic. It will bust it. Put your caps back in. You gotta love that black and white. Nice. Wait a minute, not that kind of black and white. This is the kind of black and white that I'm talking about. It's kind of like ghost emblems. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. So this right here just adds to the black and white stormtrooper theme that we wanted to achieve. You got the running horse black, 5.0 badges black, GT badge on the rear black. And remember my other videos, the wheels, I have done the lug nuts, which were chrome to begin with. So we ordered a set of gloss black lugs and that really helps out. The tinted windows and the GT500 spoiler in the back, which has the black theme to it. So we're continuing along and we'll see how far it goes. Another video in the books regarding modding of the Mustang or the Raptor. And I had a blast doing this, guys. So you can paint them, you can leave them chrome, you might have chrome wheels, it's your car. Design it the way you want to design it, but I'm just saying I had a blast showing you guys how to do this mod if you so choose. So with that being said, y'all really need to check this video out. I know you're gonna like it, and if you don't like that, heck, head on over to the channel page and just check out all of my other videos. I know that you'll find something over there that'll pique your interest. So with that being said, y'all take care. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Happy modding, living with 3M. Let's go.